is Hako, your artist poet here on PlayStation 4. Being very specific about that. Called it. For those of you who have gotten through the first week story of Wayfinder's Voyage, no spoilers, but yeah, just as I predicted about 2 months ago when all this stuff started happening, I have a further little idea that I'm going to share real fast, and that is that um, Aldrin's assassination of Cade was specifically orchestrated because I do believe that if Cade had been around during this period of time in the Destiny story, he probably would have seen right through Osiris and probably would have shot his face off. So I don't know. That maybe we'll get an alternate storyline for that, but who's to say? It's just a sneaking suspicion, maybe not a direct influence by Savathun, but I would suggest that I am suggesting that Savathun, put her plans into motion and had that meatball taken thing seduce Aldrin into releasing it, and thereby inciting the Guardians' reaction, which would, of course, ultimately end with Cade's death. So who's to say? Or maybe Petra Venj would have been a target. That Aldrin would have assassinated Petra Venj, would have killed Petra Venj, which is, of course, as we all know, Mara's actual right hand person. Now, if that was the case, if Petra was the target, then it would have been somebody who was directly working against Savathun, knowing that she had probably piecing together her long-term goal was to get Mara and the Guardians to help Savathun escape her worm, and perhaps the worms were using I call it the meatball taken. I can't remember the name. We're using the meatball taken in Forsaken. Oh, that rhymes. To remove remove resources from Savathun, remove playing pieces, as you would if you think of it in terms of a game, in which it is, of course, removing those playing pieces that would actually help Savathun. So either the removal of, I think that second theory actually makes more sense. The Savathun's playing the game against the worms, basically, and the worms have complete influence over most of the other Taken and Hive, and so in sussing out her, her machinations, or actively trying to remove playing pieces from the board, such that Savathun would not be able to enact her plan. That would probably be a thing. I mean, I think that could be possibly it. Also, I just want to point out, I don't know how I'm feeling about crossplay. These guys were all PlayStation, and they completely mollywomped us. But that's because I honestly believe I don't want to be an idiot here, but we had some the connection was real shit in this last match. I had been running about 30 down, 15 up for about the past, well, I want to say since May. So May, June, July, August, September, August. So for about the past 3 months, I've been running that because I went out and I got myself, the better hardware because I got suspended from playing PvP and Gambit for a lack of a good connection. So I'm wondering how the new crossplay system is going to impact that. And so far in Gambit, it's been a real trash fire. So I'm not too sure I'm enjoying the whole crossplay thing. I don't know if they've got everything very satisfying to get into a match, thinking that you got a fair chance, and then within about the first invasion portal on your side, they've got a fucking primeval already. Now that might just be the very unsatisfying RNG that Destiny, is known for, because it is. I mean, whether or not you're going to win a match if you're a rando is, or even if you're in a fire team, is all about the lack of satisfaction when it comes to the RNG between who you get matched up against and who you get matched with. Really does impact the play of the game, the lay of the field, so to speak. It'd be like, being dealt nothing but trash in your hand. How are you going to win the game? You're going to try to bluff your way through it. But in Destiny, you can't really do that. There's no alternate win condition. There's just the one win condition: defeat your primeval. And or if you're a cheater, DOS out the enemy team, and of course you default. Um, but and I honestly think that if an enemy team got DOSed or if they quit, that the match be a draw. Nobody wins, nobody loses because it was just a failed match, and I think that should be the way it should be in all games. That way, when people are throwing matches in trials to speed through bounties, it'll actually jack everybody up, and then those persons can be reported for inactivity or quitting and stuff like that, and we can have some balance restored to the system. But anyway, and like I PM'd my admins for the Gunfus, I'm pretty certain that Bungie was pushing for crossplay because they knew that by the time they enacted the Battle Eye, that there probably won't be enough players to warrant 4 different networks, between PC, Stadia, Xbox, and PlayStation. So we'll see how that'll unfold. I have been Hako, your artist poet here on Destiny 2. Still very satisfied with the game's play. Not gonna do next year's expansion. I'm gonna do the free to play version of it, I think, at this present time. So, but anyway, thanks for stopping by.